good morning, and good morning to you. It's always a joy to come your way. How are you doing today, if I may allow to ask? How is your family doing? How is work? How are you getting along with the children or child? How are you getting along with your spouse? What are the pleasant moments? Are there any challenging times? How are you managing the nuances of life? The nuances of marriage if you are married? The nuances of being single if you are single? The nuances of being a sibling? The nuances of being a parent? The nuances of being an auntie or uncle that is a sibling? Being a nephew or niece that is a nibbling? And all that goes with it. Also, how are you managing to be a friend? There are different levels of friendship. There are different types of friendship, whether it's platonic friendship, whether it's, what do you call it? More serious friendship. I mean, maybe a level of friendship that is on a higher scale, and there's close friendship, and then there's the commitment. Some people say, this is my greatest good friend or best friend, or what some people call it besties, but I would like to use the word close, your close friend, somebody. So the platonic friend, the acquaintance, the platonic friend, then you can, which has different levels of friendship, and then there's the close friend. All these things are supposed to happen without any negative tone. Supposed to happen without any what we call sexual connotations, because then when that comes in, oxytocin happens, there's a bonding, there's an emotional connection, and then the beautiful friendship becomes distorted. So what kind of friend do you have? What kind of friend do you connect with? And how does that play out to you? Welcome to Farm Life, your regular family enrichment program, live here on City 97.3 FM, on our affiliate stations, and also on the internet. My name is Michael Mensah, and thank you for the many years we've been doing this together. And thank you to all those who get to us quietly, the many, many silent listeners who every now and then will encourage us, will chip in a word. Sometimes they share their names, and because I'm not very good, I'm still getting better with names. Sometimes I forget it if I don't get writing it down. So thank you for all the many ones, including Reverend Sam and Lady Renee Entry, including my senior, Mr. Joseph Enin of Bacon Microcredits Limited. Big shout outs to the Andos and to Akofa and to all of you, our wonderful listeners who make time to engage us in various ways. I want to ask you a question as part of my take or my 10. And I said this month we are going to do that. When we discuss the various things about who you are and how to get to know yourself, and I itemize some things, were you able to work on it? What did you make of it, and how did you score? Often when we speak about objectivity or reasonability, it sometimes may tend to have a subjective twist to it. And the subjective twist can be based on so many other things. And so that's why we are trying to help us to understand that there's a certain regularity even to the level of subjectivity. Otherwise, then principles will not be principles, because principles have certain elements and or attributes that make them what they are. And so that is what makes the difference with all the dynamics and everything that goes along with it. Somebody says that it's easy over the years to take the granted for granted. So this is what I have for you in my turn. As we plod through life, young, and then we grow into young adulthood, and then we grow into full adulthood. Some of us decide to settle down in marriage and to do things differently. Some of us choose to get married and then to raise a family. All this comes along through the chronology of the years. Then comes in the management of first ourselves and then the management of the other. Immediately after marriage or a few years into marriage comes the child and or the children. And also that requires another level of management. How well we do this and how well we support each other then determines the extent to which that marriage would be beautiful, will be fruitful, and will be meaningful. And often people use the word, I want to be happy. And that is a good thing to be. And I want you to think about it. Sometimes what one may need or want to be happy may not be helpful completely in the scheme of things for that couple and that family. And so much as happiness is important, sometimes one may need to sacrifice or overlook some level of happiness in order that the overall state of the union can be beautiful. And that is something that we need to have in mind as we engage one with another. So that is my turn this morning for you. Somebody has a certain croaky voice and he says he wants to share something with us this morning. So let's hear it and then we'll come right back. Hello everybody. This is a special song for somebody special on this special day. Abby, this is for you. I waited a lifetime to stand and look you in the eyes, and it finally came true. The Lord is my witness, I've chosen you for the rest of my life, to give my love to you. And I will love you with all that I am. And I will love you with all that I have got. As long as we both shall live. And will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you. I will love you. I will always love you, my lady, my lady. I will always love you. All right, welcome back. That's a cockroach voice of someone I know. All right, so today happens to be our 28th wedding anniversary in Tennessee on the Saturday. So I just decided to do that little thing just to encourage all of us to know that, yes, we all can do something to make it work. It's not that it's always easy. It's not that you always agree with everything, but it is that you decide, you are deliberate, and you choose to make it work. It means that you'd overcome, you'd overextend, you'd overlook, you'd forgive, you'd accommodate or tolerate, and you'd be a work in progress, working on yourself to be a better version. There are some things that are not wrong in themselves, but they will not be helpful. And then another significant thing to do is to take feedback graciously. Gracious taking of feedback is very crucial in all that we do. And so when you take feedback graciously, and then it helps you to make progress and to make progress significantly. Please share with us on 0539 986 996 on WhatsApp. Again, 0539 986 996 on WhatsApp as we discuss whatever topic we are going to discuss this morning. I'm going to introduce you to it shortly. But let's hear from you, and then we'll open the phone lines as well, and let's do this together. You know, there's a brevity of life, and sometimes it's so easy when you're in the heat of the works, or you're in the engine room, or you're flying at 40,000 feet above sea level. It's easy sometimes to get caught up in the fray and to think that nothing useful or meaningful is happening. But I want to encourage you this morning, pause and reflect on how many years, if you are married, for instance, you've come, and what the learnings have been for you, and how that has changed how you think, how that has transformed how you do things, and how that has made you into who you are. Our experiences can either make us better, or our experiences can make us bitter. And so it's very important for us to take note. And through the years, people think that if you say something is beautiful, it means that there's not been any disagreements or unpleasant times or difficult moments. It's all part of the journey. It all adds up to making it what it's supposed to be or what it is. So no matter what you have gone through, how things have been for you, it will be helpful to take stock of how far you've come, and then to realign where necessary and to make it the best you possibly can. It's been said that give life your best, give your marriage your best. And even though you feel you cannot go more, you'll be amazed how the strength will come for you to keep on going and for you to be a better version of yourself and go on to be the best version of yourself. So on this special day, I want to say a big shout out to Abby. I want to thank her for 28 years of being together and for all the love, the care, the share, and how grace and mercy has found us through the years. And I want to extend kindness to everybody, that be kind to whoever you are connected to. There may be differences, and that's why we are not the same. That's why it's not sologamy. You're not marrying yourself. Once you're marrying somebody else, there will be differences. And there will be sore points, there will be laughing times, and there will be excellent times. But in the midst of all, learn to make it special, because that is what it is meant to be. I want to say big thank you to Minister Joe, who helped me to play the keyboard for me, micro keyboard. Can you imagine I used to be a singer? I said that when the boys came, I used to be a singer, I used to be a musician, I used to play drums and keyboard and drums and guitar. I've sold all that.
Then you still are.
Oh, Charlie, my voice had to come back. Oh, forgive me. So good morning, Papa Sil. And then we start with you.
Good
How
morning.
are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's always
Just
great to see you.
struggling with a bit of a cough, but I'll survive.
Sorry. And thank you for sacrificing. It's not easy sacrificing on Saturdays to be here.
Well,
So many things, but it is worth it because we love you and we are doing this together.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for raising a wonderful family as well. You know, I appreciate you greatly.
Thank you.
Yes, so this morning, wonderful listeners, we are discussing a very important topic, and we are focusing on the pre-marriage. So we are looking at choosing right. We are looking at the red, yellow, and green flags within pre-marriage context. What must one do? So as we are looking at it, it's two ways. The first way is first for you. Am I demonstrating any red flag in myself to others? Am I demonstrating any yellow flags? Am I demonstrating any green flags? And what does it mean to choose right? And then the other is to the other person, because you choose somebody. Like today, there's going to be a very wonderful person. Today, there's going to be a very wonderful marriage ceremony of somebody and those son, but I'm not permitted to put their name out, so I can't. And so that's how it's going to be. Our children are going to grow old and they're going to make choices. So somebody's made a choice today and is going to get married to another lovely lady who happens to be my senior's daughter. It's funny how the connections happen.
Yeah.
So I say a big shout out to, I can use the initials J and J for the wedding that's coming on today. You get me? Mm-hmm. And so what you do first for yourself and what and how you see the other person affects the connection and then affects the outcomes. Yeah. And so that's why I want to spend time today to look at choosing right, then looking at the red, yellow, and green flags. Look at it both ways, like I said, to yourself, and also to the other that you're going to engage. Is it worth it? Will it make it beautiful, or must it be a bypass? Good morning, Osofo Sil. So let me begin to you.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, Papa Mickey. It's good to see you again. Yes. In your coolie high.
And thank you for the BFS for making happy.
Yeah, it was good to be with the boys. I'm so impressed with the work that you guys are doing. No, I was fascinated to meet the young boys. They're actually young men now and growing, and just listening to some of them share their experiences was thrilling, you know. Congratulations to you and Abi.
Grace, thank you. Good. Grace and mercy.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
So yes, what does choosing right? Let's start off with your initial thoughts. Then we'll get into the substance of it. So for someone who is young or an adult, and young adult or a full-blown adult, or somebody who may even may not have chosen to marry early, what does choosing right basically look like for you?
Well, so life is full of choices, you know, and we all make different choices at different stages of our lives. We need to always evaluate what influences the choices we make. Sometimes we are driven by, a lot of times we are driven by selfish desires, which is natural because we are, as humans, we are innately selfish. We do things for our own interest, to protect ourselves, to satisfy ourselves, to make ourselves happy, and all of that. And so there is always a natural tendency to make choices based on what we want and not necessarily what works best. Okay. You know, so when it comes to choosing a life partner, we need to look beyond just what fascinates us and look at maybe the long-term goal, how we also aim at contributing to making the other person better or making the life of the other person better. Okay. If we are not looking at it from that angle, we end up in a relationship where it's all about me. You must satisfy me, you must make me happy, you must provide for me, you must make sure I am safe. So it's like the whole relationship revolves around you. But if you're making a choice for a lifelong relationship, a choice that leads to marriage, then you need to look beyond just yourself. And as I said from the beginning, because we are innately selfish, there's nothing wrong with making those decisions based on the things we desire, but go beyond that, you know. So you mentioned earlier on that we ourselves need to reflect on who we are. In previous programs, we talked about asking yourself the question whether I'm actually marriage material in the first place, you know. because you want somebody good. You want a good wife. You want a good husband. You want somebody that's responsible. Am I responsible myself? If I want a responsible person, if I'm not responsible, why am I expecting a responsible spouse? So, and then what makes me responsible? What are my definitions? Because again, definitions and meanings are in people's minds and people's heads, So the person may be talking about love, and I mean, there are many things that have been said about love, but what do you mean when you say I love you? And what are your expectations from someone you love? Again, what will be the expectations of the person that you claim you love of you? What are his or her definitions of love? So you need to weigh all of this as you look into making a choice. One critical thing that must drive your decision are your values. Beyond your wants and your wishes, I think that your values play a very important role. What are the things that mean a lot to you in life? Okay. What drives you in life? What motivates you? So those things are critical, and they are things that you consider non-negotiable. You won't trade them for anything. So if you have non-negotiables, they must be cards you always place on the table first. Does this partner meet my non-negotiable requirements? If I'm somebody who has a knack for exceptional cleanliness of my home, and that's an extreme example, will I be ready to trade it off? Then as I mentioned earlier on, when you talk about values, for me, values are so critical. They must be the number one thing.
Okay.
Is the person truthful? Is the person hardworking? Does the person fear God? I'm not talking about just being religious here, but being someone who understands that he has a maker and is accountable to his or her maker, and does that influence his or her decisions in life, his or her choices in life, So is the person caring? Is the person respectful? Does the person cherish you as a person? Does the person enjoy your presence, your companionship?
Okay.
Does he treat you with respect? Is the person considerate? Okay. And do you feel safe in the person's company? Okay. What about communication? How open and transparent is this person with you? Sometimes you have this person you like so much, the person gives you one word answers when you want to strike a conversation. What is your favorite food? He says fufu, and that's it. You have to ask more questions for more information to come out of the person. Someone who cherishes your company must be able to be very conversational with you and be very relaxed also in your presence. So the elements of building a strong relationship through very open, sincere, and frank conversation is critical when you are looking at somebody you want to choose for a life partner. Okay. I talked about values, and here I think I want to highlight the fact that there should be shared values.
Okay.
Because you may have a set of values that are completely in conflict or at contrast with the person that you seem to like. If you are choosing somebody because of the person's beauty, outward appearance, and all of that, some people just get very carried away by the sound of another person's voice. Got a sweet voice, looks good, smells good, has a good choice of fragrance, that they use. So that alone got you attracted to the person. Beyond those exteriors, beyond those things that are temporary, what is the person made of? Okay, what kind of character does the person have? And what is your character yourself?
Okay.
You know, you are not as sincere as you'd wish your partner to be. So do you realize you need to do some work on yourself? Accepting the fact that we are all not perfect, and so you cannot get a perfect partner, is critical. Because sometimes you are not a perfect human being, but you are looking for so much perfection in this person that you want to choose. I don't know, for want of a better word, that is like self-deception, because you won't get it, and sometimes they end up pushing their partners to pretend because your expectations are so high up there. I mean, last week interacting with the boys at your end, I kept emphasizing the fact that a good relationship must begin with normal friendship. You know, if you don't engage with somebody at the very platonic level where you're just friends and you talk about very general things and you do a lot of general things together, you won't get to appreciate the person very much. If you just met the person for the first time and it's like, you are the guy I like, you're the guy I want to marry. Well, sometimes it does work, but a lot of times it's not a good takeoff ground. Be friends for some time before you get to that point of even making a proposal. Get to know the person a little more. On different fronts, how does the person relate with their parents? How do they relate with people in public?
Okay.
You know, there are some guys, very nice guys, but when you see them engage with others and display all the aggression and the disrespect, immediately you know that, no, I don't want to be with this person for life. You know, of course, it could also be a growth area which the person can work on.
Okay.
But if the person, through the period of platonic friendship, is consistent with that, you may have drawn the person's attention to something that is you consider unhealthy, and the person goes on and on. That's a kind of red flag, and you just want to be careful about it. So maybe I'll just pause here so that maybe my sisters will jump in and then we can come back.
All right. So listeners, we are just joining us. This is Farm Life, your regular family enrichment program, live here on City 97.3 FM, on our affiliate stations and on the internet. And as always, we do it together. We will open the phone lines, but please keep your comments, queries, questions, and contributions coming via WhatsApp on 0539 986 996. Again, 0539 986 996. What would you describe as a red flag? What would you describe as a yellow flag? What would you describe as a green flag when it comes to pre-marriage connections? And share your experiences with us, and let's all learn together, because it enriches the conversation. Are you courting? Are you married? How was it like? What did you see or did not see? Did you overlook some things that now you saw them as red flags before, but you thought, oh, once you marry him or you marry her, you change her, and now you've done 10 years or 5 years or 4 years or 1 year, and there's no transformation, it's even getting worse? Share with us and let's do it together. If it's something that you don't want to add your name, you can just use an initial, maybe Q or M. You can use M, you can use A, you can use whatever so nobody can identify who you are, but we can all learn and do it together. 0539 986 996. So I know, talking about building friendships, I think, and I stand to be corrected, that sex can distort even genuine friendships.
Oh yeah.
And that if you develop platonic friendships, and there are levels, like I said, maybe from level 1 all the way to level 9. You know, interestingly, yesterday there was a funeral of Professor Jerome Siang Jangma. Now, Professor Jangma has 3 biological sons and 1 biological daughter. The first and then the second are twins, a male and a female. So there's Ado, who is the first, and there's Oko, who is the second, and is a twin. He was our mate in France from, so the brothers were there in our numbers. But then what I want to say is his twin is Suma. She's Suma. Now, when we're in university, Suma had a cousin who is her mother's sister's daughter, and they were roommates. We got so close that if it's Queens goes whatever, actually they could come for my trousers and my shirt to dress like a pilot and whatever. That was just, and there was no strings attached. There was nothing.
Just friends.
Friends.
Exactly.
And we could go to your room and eat. They could come. Just say Duni was telling her, Duni is half Nigerian because her dad is Nigerian, and I've not seen Duni for more than 20 years. So yesterday it was amazing. Some people have not seen my seniors seen for 30 years, some 20 years. I met them, including Pearl, Nuto, and all. It was amazing.
Pearl.
Yes, I met Pearl yesterday.
Wow.
So it was such an amazing thing. Some of my seniors and all. But for what I'm trying to bring out is that, and there's Gloria. So I sent Gloria a picture. I said, Gloria, I saw Pearl yesterday. Gloria is in the US married. So, and these are all friends of the opposite sex, but yet there was no strings attached like sexuality.
Yeah.
And so I want to bring that up more as we go along, that when somebody says they are your friend, you are not made any commitments, and all they want from you is sex, is a serious and a big red flag. So develop genuine friendships, build up from there, and be amazed at how it will come out. Dini was telling her, his younger sister Rebecca, who I met yesterday also for the first time, that she ate beans with palm oil. I mean, like proper Gary and beans in my room for the first time, because she's Nigerian, half Nigerian, so she's. So it was such an awesome moment for me yesterday.
Right.
Just reliving the moment,
remembering the good old friendship times.
So I see them, we are hugging, we are all happy. There's nothing negative about the friendship, because it was not
just a very healthy platonic friendship.
Exactly. Yeah. Not based on anything that connotes all the negative things. So I want to welcome, let me mention our sister's name, the one sitting opposite me in black and white. So you're going to hear the voice. The first voice you heard of was the voice of our own regular Sylvester Segbaya, who is a public health practitioner, is a pharmacist. He's a public health practitioner, he's a counselor, he's a dad, and wears many other wonderful hats. And then the other one is Mrs. Sackey, who is a counselor, entrepreneur, mother, wife, and also wears other many wonderful hats. And then my fair lady, the one and only lady, J. Original Lady J. Yeah, I like the thumbs up. So she's Justina Owu-Agyiri. She's a counseling psychologist with the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission Hospital and also Medics Clinic. And so that's many other wonderful things. She says it as it is, yet she's so kind and she's so professional. If you need some support, as we always do, you can also reach out to her and she would support you as best she can, as we all do. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, Papa Stu has set us off on what to look at, thinking, choosing right. Let me come to you, Lady J. What do you think should be part of the process in choosing right? Taking off from where Cecil has left us, SS. SSS, Cecil, Segbaya. Don't mind me.
No comments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this very topic. We are not saying that from I'm taking over from where Papa Sil left off.
Okay.
We are not saying that look for a perfect somebody, because there's none.
That's right.
But issues that will bother you and all those that comes with it, because marriage is the beginning of the new family. So if you think only you and now, in the next 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, would you still be able to deal with those issues? So marriage is a lifelong process and a learning platform. That is why using the flags or going the traffic light principle works better. So red flag, serious warning signs. Nobody says stop, but we are saying that look at them critically, because the moment it's a red flag, it means it's very serious. And then yellow, issues requiring attention, and then honest discussion means that pause and ask questions, get answers, act on. Then we have the green, which implies healthy, and then healthy qualities and the support. So in the traffic light scenario, we're saying that it's obviously clear that you can go. So that is what we are saying. So looking at the green flags, we can look at mutual respect.
Justina, let me interrupt you. When you said the red flag, then you went on and said nobody says you should stop. I think the red flag actually means you should stop.
Red means stop.
Yes, it means stop. But don't wait for somebody to tell you. But once you see them, it means that stop.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then act.
So red means stop.
Yes.
Yellow means be careful. Green means go. That's my child rank.
Yes.
I think we all learned that. Yes. Even though these days we see the red and we run through.
And the other people, they are.
We've got to go back to that the red actually means stop. You know, and it applies in every aspect of life.
Yes.
The red is a clear warning, a danger warning, so nobody should cross it.
Yeah. So in a relationship, it applies. And then if you ignore the red and the yellow flags, you are in for trouble. That is why we're talking about it. For all you know, your attention hasn't gotten to some of the things that you have to consider. Let me start off by some of the things that would find itself under the red flags. So physical abuse or violence. So sometimes it's not even you, but as a friend, like Papa Sylvester, we started from friendship, and you are present and your friend is treating another person in a way that raises question.
Yeah.
And you think for you are an angel, so he won't do that to you. There are some people who never ends a statement without insult. Becomes like part of their language. You have to ask yourself, is that what I want? And then it's okay. I always tell people it's okay to get angry, but are you able to control? So I'm angry here, and because I am angry, I don't care my environment, who is around, the situation, and I just burst out. It's a red flag. And that is why I'm using, the person is doing it to someone or another woman. So you meet this partner who doesn't regard that stereotype thinking. As for you women, as for you men, that generalization, and use based on that and say things to people just like that. The question is, when would it be my turn? And would I be able to handle it? They will look at emotional abuse, where most people ignore and think, like Mickey said, when we marry, the person will stop. The person, you have been friends for 2 weeks, 3 months, and a little disagreement block you or will not answer your call. Meanwhile, the issue must be addressed. You sit down and discuss, but the person is not giving room. I always say sometimes it's not even about who did right, who did wrong, but being able to voice out that I wasn't happy about this. It's enough. But where the person won't give you that room and blaming you or normalizing it, rationalizing, oh, it's because I was annoyed, it's because I wasn't happy. So anytime he's not happy, your emotions are at stake. For how long are you going to deal with this? And then we have manipulation. Manipulation. The person is manipulating you because you are close to the person. I've worked with someone who I always tell her that you think you have a boyfriend, but the guy doesn't have a girlfriend. The supposed
so?
boyfriend
Yes.
will only contact her when he needs help from her.
Oh.
Then when
okay.
that is achieved,
Yes.
no
He
call,
vanishes
no
from the
text
scene.
message,
Oh,
nothing.
Okay.
So the
Actually exploiting her.
Yes.
exactly.
So should we add exploitation to the
exploitation
manipulation?
to manipulation and exploitation.
Yeah.
And he'll call and then accuse, because you didn't call me, because you didn't send this message, that's why. How long is he really ready into it, or know what it's all about?
Okay.
Then we can look at persistent lying.
Oh.
This is where the person is with another woman and saying stories. I've heard stories like, my family is pushing this woman on me, and I'll stay with her for a while, and I'll leave her and come and marry you. Now the question is, if that woman is a woman, or that person is a human being, would you be
Treat that,
happy
yes.
if you are in the
Treated
person's
that way,
position?
exactly. So persistent lying.
You have to. There are people, even open secret, they are lying about.
So
And
this
then
hold
it's
on
in
your
the public domain.
No,
Yes, they are telling.
they say they are pathological liars.
Liars, yeah,
They are
that's a classic
circumstantial
one.
liars.
Liars.
They are protective liars. Some people lie because they think
Protect.
that if they tell you, you will be hurt or distressed. So they want to protect you by
Protect,
lying.
yes.
And then so all kinds of things. But a lie,
Lying-
there's no green lie, there's no white lie, there's no black
Exactly.
lie.
It's
A
a
lie is
lie.
a lie. And
Exactly.
it breaks trust.
It
and
breaks
distorts
trust.
the
You get
issue.
it. And
Yeah.
there are some of the issues there. Earlier you discussed, the better.
better, also.
But if this person persistently, some people have children,
Yes.
some people have had health issues
Yes.
relating to their fertility, and they are still denying. Like
They
open
don't-
secret, they are still saying that it
It's
is
not.
not. So you have to pay attention to all the
Okay.
controlling behavior.
Okay, control.
Why are you talking to this person? Why did you call this person? Why are you working with this person? You have to pay
Okay,
attention.
you've given
to
me 5 already. So I want you to pause and I'll talk to Marie also. Then we'll come back. So if you just joined us, we are looking at choosing right, and we are using the elements of red, yellow, green for flags and red, yellow, green for lights, as Lady J will say. And she also for sale set us off on wonderful issues about values, about character, and about how to take them itemized. And he listed some of them, which include truthfulness, trustworthiness, being diligent or hardworking, the fear of God. And he qualified that to say not just somebody who is a churchgoer or is religious, but somebody who is truly accountable to God, because then that influences what they do or do not do. Spoke about being caring, being respectful, and then whether the person cherishes you, because you are starting from the platonic level into this other level of courtship, because courtship then means that you have committed, and we'll look at that as we go along. And he also said, is a person considerate, and then do you feel safe in their space? Do you have to walk on eggshells, or do you have to always walk with bated breath? And then he said, how open and transparent is he or her in communication and all. Then he also spoke about character, whether they are sincere or not sincere, and whether you can trust what they say. And then also the fact that you have to also work with the mindset that we are all work in progress. So you can't expect perfection from another person and then yet hold yourself not to account. And then Lady J came in and then brought out the 5 flags. She said the first one, which is is physical abuse. When the person shows gross expressions of negative actions, try to push you, try to hit you, try to bang a door when they are whatever upset, try to stonewall you, try to be dismissive of your points and everything. Then she said that's the first one. The second one is emotional abuse, where they express intense emotions. Now, there are 6 basic emotions. 4 of them are negative. There's surprise, then there's happiness. Those are the positive ones. The other 4 ones are disgust, anger, fear, and then sadness. So if the person expresses intense emotions, means that on the trajectory their emotions are very intense. She's saying it's a red flag, emotional abuse. So they'll stonewall you, they'll be nasty towards you, they'll tell you things that are not helpful, they'll verbally abuse you and all. So that emotional abuse is something that you cannot treat as a yellow flag or a green flag. And then the third one said manipulation, and she also wanted to add exploitation, where in that friendship, maybe that is going on to courtship or just about to, the person is manipulating you, and she gave an example of only calling you when he or she is in need, meaning that person, the relationship is one-sided. You are into it, but they are only friends with benefits.
They're the key beneficiaries.
Yes, beneficiaries. They're only in for their
majority
benefits.
shareholder.
I tell you. Then the fourth one said persistent lying, and then we spoke, and she said even things that are so obvious, they are still lying about it. So the person is a pathological liar, and so needs help. And we are saying that this thing is two ways. As we are saying, you are looking for it in another person, but first look at it in yourself. Yeah. Am I a pathological liar? Do I show physical abuse? Do I emotionally abuse others? Am I manipulative and exploitative? And then the fourth one is, am I a persistent liar? And then the fifth one, she says, over is controlling behavior. Do I always want to be in charge? Do I want my way always? It's both male or female. So as you are looking at it for the one you are going to connect to, look at it in yourself, because that's how we can deal with the red flags. So that's where we got to, and now I'm going to come to Lady MRS. Good morning, Marie. You're sitting right opposite me, so I can fire you. How are you today?
Good morning, Mickey.
I like your braids, my sister. Manuel, they are but that's the beauty of platonic relationships. How long have I known you? You are my sister, my friend, and it's so beautiful to connect in it. Yep. So we are talking about friendships and why it's important. Because you can't marry all your friends, even if you choose to. So if you develop good friendships for life, what I'm trying to say, everybody marries one, but you don't become friends for marriage. Yeah. So once you develop good friendships, all the people you know or come into your space, and it's healthy and it's positive, you still have a lot of friends after you're married. Exactly. Unless I may be construed. I'm not saying that. You're absolutely right. Yes. So you make friends for the value of friendship. Yeah. And then if you have, when you get to, or you want to marry, you choose one out of your friends. But that is not the motive of the friendship. Yeah. I don't know if you are getting me. I'm not making a friends for marriage. I'm making a friends for what it is worth first. And then out of the friends will come a wife or a husband. And then you still have those good friends. And that's why your husband or wife should not cut you off from those who are your friends. Yeah. Because that's all part of the manipulation and the control. Good morning, my dear sister.
Good morning, Mickey.
he owes you 5 extra minutes. It's just
yes, I'm taking all her time. So I should go to the break, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more of the red.
Said, so that leaves me a little to say.
Yes, so please, where do you want to come from? Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning to our listeners out there. It's always good to come your way. And yeah, interesting topic. And I think I share the same sentiments about what Mickey just talked about. Having good friendships, it's really good. Don't go relate to people because of what you're going to get in terms of marriage or love relationship or whatever, but relate to people as humans, that we are not islands, we are social beings, and you need to interact with the opposite sex as well as the same sex, and have a good time, so that you can have them in your life for a long time. Many times you go into people's life with a mind that, oh, I want to marry, blah, blah, blah. And before you realize, you have broken hearts. And when you break your hearts, a few people are able to come out and be able to relate later. Many times it stops a beautiful friendship that could have lasted a lifetime. So don't go into, so that is one of the red flags. Don't go into any relationship strictly because I want to marry this person, because you may be disappointed. You may lose the person for the rest of your life. But if you build a good friendship, you can enjoy the person all through your life. And that is something personally I cherish so much. I cherish my friendships. So I protect my friendships because it helps you for a whole lifetime. It's better to have a lifetime friendship than to have a short-circuited friendship because of so-called love or marriage. So we should always watch that when we are relating with the opposite sex in terms of finding, some kind of comfort, because either way, there's comfort in each. Ordinary friendship, there's comfort. And then, of course, when you are married to somebody, there's also comfort. So we shouldn't trade one for the other. This takes me to the point I want to make about this red flag, yellow flag, but I think I'll stay on red because we haven't gone to yellow yet. one of the things we can look at is family relationship. If you are looking out for somebody that you can marry in future, I always tell people, go to their homes unannounced, see how they relate to their parents, see how they relate to their sisters, see how they relate to their brothers, their cousins. That will tell you where you are going, whether it's safe or not. You know, because some people have been trained or raised to think that they exist alone. The world revolves around them. They talk to their parents anyhow, and there's no reprimand. There's no checking. There's no control. They do anything that they want. They eat anything that they want. There's no control. They say anything they want to say. You know, they just go out and come in without control. I mean, you can imagine living with somebody that you call a wife or a husband and just storms in and out of the house without permission or without any information. It can be distressing. The person just goes out. Where is the person? It's not there. And then comes, yes, because of the upbringing. Just yesterday I was telling somebody, our upbringing is very, very, very crucial. And I know somebody, they were having issues. The man was having issues with the wife, but many times he doesn't really even blame the wife so much. But whenever you talk to the person about, oh, your in-laws, the person flips, because it's like, my wife would not have been like this if they brought her up well. So I won't give them that regard.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. That is how far it goes,
Right.
because they think that, the person thinks that if the parent did a good job on the daughter would have behaved, because it's more of a behavioral thing.
Issue.
It's not, it's the way the person talks, the way that, those kind of things. And he thinks
And he
that
never picked it up before they got
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see,
So
he
he shouldn't just pass the blame.
He should-
take responsibility
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
made this choice,
Yes.
and I
And you have
should
to
live with it,
Exactly.
and I should see how best I can help the person become better.
And then I
Exactly.
should also, there's with respect or
Yes,
honor,
exactly.
there are two kinds. There's positional or status or respect, and then there's functional respect. That's the one that is earned. So the fact that they are your in-laws,
They
you
have to
owe
earn-
them that
you owe them that respect.
positional
Yes.
respect.
Exactly.
So you have to offer that.
And
but if you are
some people
denying
might
them
not
that,
even voice it out like this person is saying. Some people just are antagonistic kind of to their in-laws because of some of these. Sometimes they can't even put words. This person has been able to find words to put to it that this is my problem.
yeah.
But some people can't even find words, but their attitude or their character towards their in-laws, they have nothing to, write home about. It's a very bad relationship. So get to know the person. Don't meet at school or church or on the street or at workplace and then leave it there. And maybe the person is living on his or her own. So you visit the person in her home and never really seen the person with a family.
So
You must put in that.
So let me ask you a question. How about in this cosmopolitan normal era where maybe the guy is not living home, or perhaps you meet outside country, you're all working in somewhere in Europe or in America, so you meet him. How do you navigate that terrain as well when it comes to the family?
There's always a way.
Okay.
You see how often the person calls the parent, how often the person interacts with the siblings, or even when he's talking about the family. There's some people when you're even talking to them about their family, leave them alone. Never really show any family kind of sentiment.
Okay.
You should watch it.
So if you are abroad, for instance, and both of you are maybe going to school abroad and now you are working, will it be good to intentionally be asking questions about, how is that doing? Maybe sometimes one of us, when you call your brother, can I just talk to him, or we go and visit and say, call mommy or call your parents, and then maybe watch. I mean, must you be intentional in the case where you don't have this presence issue, where you're not in the same space with them, but both of you are maybe outside country or something? Will it be helpful to intentionally try and create situations where you can watch how he interacts with them? What do you think, please?
Yes, it is very, especially these days, it's easy because of all this video thing. If you have a thing with your parents, you will video, you will be talking, you will see. And then you can also, because if you become friends to a certain extent, the family, if the person comes from a good family,
Yes.
you should have some kind of connection.
Okay.
You know, you might be away, but you will know somebody who knows him, or somehow, maybe one day you'll be there and then you'll be talking to the parents or siblings or something. At least you start from the siblings, because usually you connect through the siblings before you get to the parents.
Okay.
Parents are always maybe the last people to know about relationship.
Okay.
So the favorite of the person in the family, the sibling, the closest sibling, let me not use the word favorite, the closest one to him, by all means would have an idea about the relationship, and the person might want you to talk to the person or whatever. But when you are cut completely, off, and you are kept in the dark, you have never spoken to any of his family, any of his siblings, nothing.
You
No.
don't even know the hometown.
You don't know
where
their
the
yes.
parents live.
And unfortunately, I've had a situation where some of the young ones, they don't even know where they come from. It's not because of their fault, but the parents have not told them where they come from.
Yeah,
All they
that's
know is that they
true.
live in Accra, then they go to London, then they go to France, then they go to America, then they go to
Dubai.
Israel. That's all that they know. They don't know their home. They don't know that they come from Kwesimintim or they come from Tribaba or something. They don't know.
Tabazi.
Atabazi,
Okay.
or any of those places. So you ask the person, I don't even know where I come from. Where does your mother come from? I don't know.
don't know.
Okay.
Where does your father come from? I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I've interviewed people that I've had, and I'm like, no, you have to. If your parents haven't told you, you have to seek, because at a
Yeah.
certain age, you should know where you're coming from. When you go to school and they are teaching, you are doing history and all those things, social studies, it should give you some inquiring mind for you to know where you are coming from, who your people are. Because if you don't take care, you might even go and marry somebody who is related to you.
Okay.
So
Yes.
you
It's
need-
you.
you need
That's
to
a big
Yeah,
one.
and
Yes.
that's true.
You
That's
need to
true.
find these things. Don't be superficial. Go deep. Go deep. Conversation. I'm always teaching my children. You should know how you converse and get information, because
Okay,
there are some people around me. They converse with people. They can talk to people for a long time. Come and ask them. I mean, Nemo, or I don't know. How can you talk to somebody, or call somebody a friend, and you don't know certain things that I call that they are
Basic and
basic.
necessary.
Yes. So they are things you have to watch out. When you see how they relate to their family, and they show disrespect, disgust, talk them down, it's a red flag. Even somebody who talks about maybe the person that you always talk about children is like, oh, me need time for Nkola. I don't have time for children. No, me, I don't like children. And you want to marry somebody who would want to have children and have a family, and then you are talking about these things, and the person doesn't show any kind of interest in, or even, yes, some people might not be exposed to children because maybe they are the only children, the only child,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Or maybe the person is the last born, so they didn't have the opportunity to interact with a younger person in the house or something like that. So they never really got to know how to handle children. But hey, it is a time to know you didn't have the situation, but in the case where you have your own children, how would you react? So you have to be very, very intentional and to know about these things. Know them. Don't tell them I'm coming to visit you. Then they'll prepare and be in their best mood. That when you get that opportunity, even when they're abroad, that one, it's about them. Pay an unexpected, unannounced visit.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you get there, then see the person when he's alone, how his environment tend to be. How the person looks. Sometimes for the guys, maybe the ladies, it's very difficult to see a lady at home with bare chest because of how we are made up.
Ladies don't.
But men, especially men, when it's hot, they will end up, see the person. You don't need to go all deep to get too physical to know. But hey, it's all part of it. You go and he's wearing his shorts, he's not wearing shirt and all. You should see the person. It's important. Don't maybe there's some big scar or something hidden somewhere you wouldn't know. That's why some people sometimes they want to go all the way, but I don't subscribe to that. That you don't need to go all the way to know the person's physical body. But little things can give you an idea because it's part of it anyway. They say that we shouldn't dwell on the physical, but it's still part of it. It contributes. There must be something. I always say that there's something that I saw physically my husband, which still takes me today when I see it. I would not say it.
I'll go some for your ears only.
I tell my friends.
Yeah,
I mean, my friends who are close
it's
to me
not
know
wrong
that.
in itself.
Yeah.
Is
Yes. There should
But
be
then
something.
it goes beyond.
It
But
goes
it's-
beyond.
it's-
You don't
it's not-
dwell on that.
yes.
So you have to look at some of these things.
Does that also? So then it means that you are talking about connecting the truth
to the,
to the
suppose
the-
put out there.
Put out. How and where does transparency has been mentioned by Papa Sil as part of the things that he took us on the principles before. Then we are now navigating the flags. So he brought in the element of transparency and open communication. Is this something that you need to ask in the friendship? As I have what I call the 10-stage friendship. The level is a basic. Then, the
As you're
name,
getting
the
closer.
name and whatever. Then you come on to the next one. Maybe their family, where they live. What? Then the third one, a little more personal. What they do, who they are, their hobbies. Then you are building. So like stage 7, you are getting getting deeper. And then when you get to stage 8, yes, you get me. So we have to take a break, and when we come back, we'll carry on. Yeah, that was the Winans, Baby and Sissy Winans. And he says, I know true love sounds crazy, but it's worth waiting for. And we are discussing choosing right, the red, yellow, and green flags in the context of pre-marriage. Mary, were you done before I come to Papa Still? Then I go back to
No.
ladies. Yes, so please carry on. Yes.
Your questions were too many. So
Forgive me. It's because of where you're taking us. You're talking about a deep one over there. So you're always deep ones. They are waiting about it. So
Okay.
I was trying to find out how can you discover more if a space that the family is not there. You can even be in Ghana, but you're all in a different region apart from where their family is, and also that's why I was asking for a follow-up so that we can help listeners.
I think the other thing that has also not come up is about finances.
Yeah.
Is your partner stingy? Is he into gambling? Or now, is he a 419 person? How would you know? Is he a generous person? Is he in debt? Is he a lazy person? He can't raise finances. What are his plans? You have to look out for these things. It's very, very important. Money is a crucial thing. Money is the engine of all the things that we do. Or is it the oil or the engine?
the oil of the engine.
The oil of the engine.
Yes, because the engine
because
is
without
the
money,
engine is a relationship.
Yes.
The oil that runs.
Yes. Without money, you can't really do anything. And so some people say, "Odo kakra, sika kakra." A little love, a little money, it balances everything nicely, But on a serious note, you have to know how the person is he a spendthrift or whatever.
Frugal.
Yes, frugal. It's very, very important to look at these things and know whether that area is a red flag, because apart from the fact that you need a character and everything, if you have a good character person and all that and he's lazy, he doesn't use his money well, it will still bring problems. The family, we marry into families. That's why I talked about family. We marry into family. So yesterday, one of my daughters was telling me about somebody being in a relationship that she showed me, that her friend. But and I said, so what is happening? And he said, the relationship is now, they don't know how they're going on, because apparently the guy's family, they've been friends from childhood, the boy and the girl.
Okay.
And so the family knows them. And then one of the sister of the guy has issue with the girl and has been able to influence the mother.
Oh wow.
And so they have issue with the girl. They don't like her.
Wow.
But the guy likes her. He goes and comes every time he's coming. He likes her. So it's like, now going forward, they don't know how they're going to do it.
There's interference in the space.
Yes.
From
Yes.
critical stakeholders.
Yes,
Critical,
very critical. So it's made the whole thing, and she's growing.
Yeah.
So family is very, very important. When family starts giving you that, stonewalling you. Stonewalling is not only husband and wife. It can be anybody trying to push you away. We don't want you. When a family tells you we don't want you, it's very, 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 very difficult. And sometimes you have to do serious evaluations and let go, rather than to go in and have problems. Or otherwise, make sure you solve it. So, at the end of the day, Lady I almost say Joy. Lady J said, we are not looking for perfect situations, but we are looking for healthy relationships. We are looking for safety. You go into a place that you know you are safe. In the family, you are safe with your family people. You know, and for this, I give a thumbs up to my in-laws. They are super. They've been super with me for the past almost 30 years this year. And I've been like one of them. Sometimes I even say that sometimes they forget that I'm their in-law. They think I'm one of them.
One of the daughters.
Yes.
You have become one of the daughters.
So that's actually how it's supposed to
that's
be.
How
And
it
in a
should be.
good
Yes.
in-law relationship.
Yes.
They say you get an additional.
And it's 360. It's 360 even to second, third cousins and all that.
Wonderful. They say you get an additional
Yeah.
member of the family without having to biologically raise them.
Yes.
That's how the
Yes.
law situation is supposed to be.
That's right.
But then, because of our mindset and the ways that people connect and engage, becomes something else. Yes. So,
And then you also try to make sure that all these things you are looking at, so that there's proper alignment before you get into the marriage. You don't just get into marriage and when you are misaligned or not properly, put together in all these areas, you go and then now you are disjointed. No. Make sure you are looking at all these things, not because of spite, but for a better, healthy, and good relationships. There's so many others we can talk about, but
awesome.
our
Baba
time is
Sil,
not enough here.
is there any you want to add?
You know, as we were talking, my mind went to this other scenario. So there are all these people, we've all talked about our youthful days and our youthful friendships. There's this current generation that decides they're not going to have anything to do with relationships until a certain age.
Yes.
But I notice these days, a lot of people are deciding to think about marriage after 30, So most of their childhood friends would probably have moved on and all of that. They find themselves in a new world where the scenarios you created, they are working. One is in Takrade, one is in Sunyane, and they live on their own. They're doing their own stuff. So those elements of and they went for a fair somewhere, or they met on a flight, they met on a bus and became friends, and then that kind of thing. So even for those scenarios, I think those friendships should still develop for some time before you get to the stage of marriage. So you wouldn't have known the person in their younger days, but at whatever stage it is, build friendship over a year or two to help you just discover the person, I don't know whether I'm allowed to touch on some yellow flags.
Okay, so have you done you have more red flags?
2 or 3.
Okay, so
to add.
let's
Oh,
add
you wanted
two.
me to do some red flags?
No, so let's add a 2 or
Otherwise,
3.
are we going to continue? Because the time.
The term. All right,
Yeah.
so we have
So
to
can-
get back
So
to
let's
do
do
all- let's do
some
some-
yellow.
Okay,
Let's do
no,
some-
so we should do some yellow and some
green.
green. Then next
Yeah.
we do a part 2
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no,
So Baba Sil, please go on to the
Okay,
yellow.
so let me do. So one of I'll touch on a few. Someone who reminds you of their ex. Every conversation they are talking about their ex. So it's almost like the person has not fully gotten over their ex, and even though they are broken up, whether he initiated it or the other did, that is not healthy for a good relationship.
Okay.
So if the person has expressed interest in you, you're trying to build a relationship, and every time is about X, or is comparing you. Oh, if my ex were here, this is how she would have handled this and all of that. That's not healthy, and it's good to caution the person that, well, this is not good for you. You've moved on from your ex, so put that behind you and let's build this together. Marie talked about finances. There are people that, for one reason or the other, are unemployed. Unemployment could could be positive or negative, but it's predominantly negative.
Okay.
And the person, if you meet someone who is interested in you, the person has been unemployed and is not having any source of income, you must have a conversation around that.
Okay.
You know, the person doesn't need to be employed by somebody. Can you self-employ? Is there something you can do to raise an income? You know, can you start small? You know, and sometimes there are people who are unemployed who are making all the excuses about how hard the system is. It's not, it's a mindset thing, because right here in this system that you are describing as hard, people are making very good money. You know, we are here binge watching the Tamale fair, the city fair in Tamale, and I'm like, there are huge opportunities in this country to generate income. So have a discussion around what you can do. Yesterday, one of my senior friends sent me a business, an online business thing he set up with his children.
Okay.
You know, so you know him, Joe Moreau.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they produce gari, they produce palm oil, they produce briquettes from the palm kernels.
Okay.
They produce like 7 to 10 different things.
Okay.
Package them very beautifully, put them on social media,
Yes.
and give you the option to order online.
Okay.
And once you order,
Yes.
you click order,
Yes.
you have the opportunity to, they will ask you whether you want it delivered or you pick it up, and that
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
So these are innovative things people are doing. There are little opportunities. You know, there was once I was speaking with someone who said she was unemployed, and I was like, and I said, what do you want to do? And she said she wanted to bring things from China and sell.
Okay.
And I'm like, good idea, but that requires a lot of capital.
Exactly.
With half of that capital, if you did a trip to what do you call it, Techiman, or one of the market towns,
Yes.
and carried some foodstuffs, let's say maize,
Okay.
gari, whatever,
Yeah.
and brought it into the city,
Yes.
you will turn it over so many more times compared to waiting for your shipment to arrive
Yes,
with
for months.
10 boxes of sewing machine or something, you know. So explore, let's unemployment not destroy the relationship. Especially if you are the man, you cannot be an unemployed man and be looking for a woman to marry,
Yes.
because traditionally the heavier financial burden always sits on the man. You know, even though we've been trying to do the mindset shift,
Yes.
it's not going to shift that quickly or anytime soon. So we must deal with it. And so if the person is unemployed, have that conversation. Always late, not punctual. Late for appointments, late to take you out, late to meet your parents, you're going somewhere. It's just an
so
unhealthy
lateness,
habit
yes.
that you can deal with. Have that conversation. You know, a person takes unilateral decisions, things that concern the two of you. It's just like, oh, but so I decided to do this. I'm like, no, but we've not talked about it. Oh, but I know that you will like it. No, it shouldn't be that way. There should be a conversation around things. So if that is a habit you've noticed, have a conversation about it. Help the person come to that point of always discussing issues that must bring you to a certain decision, so that it's not all about him. And this usually happens because for a lot of people, they've been on their own for so long, they've taken their own decisions for so long, and all of a sudden they have to factor in the second person. I think it's natural, and we men do it a lot. I think even me, I still do it every now and then. And my wife will go like, okay, but we've not discussed this, you know. So be conscious of it. And when it's brought to your attention, be ready to adjust appropriately.
So then is being teachable
Yes.
a very crucial element when it comes to this element of managing the yellow flags
Yes.
and even some red flags.
Yes, exactly. I mean, teachability determines whether it transitions into a green flag or yellow or a red flag.
Okay.
You know, because the yellow is giving you the
Everything.
option to either go or not go.
Okay.
So how
Get ready.
the issue is managed. So I bring it up. I have concerns about how you are unilaterally taking decisions.
Yes.
So the next 3 decisions, you still unilaterally took them. I bring it to your attention. You come and you are defensive instead of acknowledging and apologizing and saying, I'll do better, you know. And you can actually say, okay, give me these prompts so that next time I don't make this mistake again.
Okay.
You are essentially asking the person for help to change. Then the person will see that this is somebody who is willing to change, but because he's done it consistently for a long time, he's struggling with the change process. That's someone who is willing to change. But if the person gets defensive, if the person says, must you always be consulted? Why do you think all my ideas are bad? You know, that kind of posture is unhealthy. Because this decision affects all of us. If it's all about you, that's okay. But even about, I mean, even if it's about your career, your career ultimately will affect your other partner.
A soldier who goes to the front line,
yeah,
go and die, and get maimed. It affects.
Exactly. So the implications. So there's nothing about you alone when it comes to relationships.
If you are a banker and choose to take some more risk investment and then affects you and brings huge debt, it affects the family.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very important to discuss it. I remember one personal experience. I took a decision to take a job. I didn't told my wife about it. I got the job and I was very excited because the package was better than what I was getting previously. And when I told her, she was so angry.
You had signing for it.
I had. And her reason was simple. You are taking a job outside town, which impacts all of us. So
And then you take it
we
decision
need
by yourself.
to have discussed it, agreed on how we're going to manage this whole process before, you know. So, I mean, I had to lick my wounds.
And enjoy your money.
Yeah, well, I paid the price for it. No, but so it's very important to be open to these things and very considerate of your partner when it comes
so
to.
you are saying that it's a yellow flag, and based on the person's response to it when you bring it up, it could become a green flag, or it could become a red flag.
Red flag.
Okay,
That's very true.
Anything else? You have quite a lot of
So,
messages.
so
we'll take a
just
few
to
of
add
that.
to the yellow flags,
Okay.
open communication in itself can be worked on, and then others who are not able to express their emotions, we can work on. That's why we're saying that it's there. If we work on it, it can become a green flag. If we don't, it can lead to a red flag. Then we have difficulty forgiving. People find it difficult to forgive. And if you can't forgive, you can't be in marriage, or you can't raise a family. And then also unresolved childhood traumas. And then social isolation.
Please go a bit into the unresolved family trauma.
Childhood traumas.
Yes.
So where things have happened to the person, and Marie raised it at a point, the person have been abused or been through disrespect. Nobody saw anything good in that person, so the person have come to believe that they are good for nothing, or low self-esteem, or even whatever. I've met somebody who says that whatever I tried to do never yields from childhood. So she carried it into the marriage, and she think she's not able to even have children because of that. And this is a 50+ old and still carrying this childhood issues because she made a decision as a child. Parents should have helped, but there wasn't any. And she think because of that, she's in quotes good for nothing, or she can't achieve anything. So with this person, whatever you bring up, like Papa Sil was talking about becoming self-employed, whatever you bring up, they will have issue. It's not like they can't, but innate wise,
so
they think they are not capable.
So there's need for cognitive restructuring.
Yes. And
so with something like lack of validation, and then in a family where there was favoritism, and then parents putting one child against the other, so there was a sibling competition. Will all that be part of the trauma?
Yes, it's part. So they even if care is not taken, we have something we call the Sackey in tree. It's the guy. So the person is in
Competition.
the competition on reasonable one. The person is in the marriage expecting I've lifted this, so my husband should also
Definitely
lift
that.
something.
Okay.
I'm putting it down. He should, and it's something that becomes automatic until
Okay.
it's dealt with.
Okay.
Then the person keeps going on and on and on. Then untreated anxieties and then depression.
Untreated anxiety and
Depression. If the person doesn't get it, marriage is a pressure pump, so it will worsen it. And then poor stress
Oh,
management.
please, you're going to part. Untreated anxieties and
Depression.
Yes. Because people are listening and some of us are writing, so we can. Because we are going to do a part 2, so we have to.
And then
so we know where we get to. Yes.
different spending habits. If you have a person around you, they get angry and they shop. They are happy and they are buying.
They get angry and they shop.
Yes.
So their way of compensating for the
The anger is to buy things.
go on a
and-
shopping
yes.
spree.
It's more of the woman.
You see,
To make this kind of feeling.
you see, it counts
You
with
haven't met a man who likes himself,
And
Such
decides to
that-
spend
and so
everything
you
on
buy
himself.
a shoe
at whatever
that is
price.
1,000 cedis, as opposed to a shoe that is 250 or
Okay.
280.
Okay.
So by the time he buys a belt that is 1,000
No,
cedis
but
as a belt, so
Generally, men's stuff are more expensive.
I'm getting
Yeah.
you. But what I'm
Than
trying to say that so he may have to work on a trajectory, but somebody
Yeah.
is so fixated that he thinks that no.
If it is not at certain
if
price, it's
our
not quality.
family budget will be constrained, I still must get it.
Yeah,
So it comes back to the
that's-
issue of the management, the different spending habits,
Yeah.
because happy or triggered and they spend more.
No.
Also,
I was making a point about the fact that when the person is angry,
Yeah.
you go on a shopping
oh,
spree.
that one is more of
That
women.
one,
yes.
that is more of
Yes,
women.
that one
But
generally.
somebody spending, that one is a
And-
whole
Please,
Yeah.
of
I
men.
think we will touch a green flag today, but we have quite a
Then-
number of messages. So I want to start to add the last one.
Then
Mine, do you want to add?
the last one
Yes,
is
add
that
the last one.
different expectations about gender roles. It should
Okay.
be discussed.
Yes.
Where some people in the 21st century think that only women can cook and must cook, when they can do something. Some men can cook even better than some women, but they are there waiting and they are hungry. Health-wise, it doesn't help. They are hungry, but they are waiting for the woman.
For the food.
So the woman will do it, but they will come late, and it's going against your health. There are few little things you can do to help, even if you don't know how to cook.
is.
You learn how
You
to.
can find an
You
egg.
can make tea.
Oh, you can
Yes.
fry an egg. You can, me, I'm a shito man. You can fry an egg. You can eat shito. Rice is one of my favorites. I can eat rice morning, night, and noon. So you can boil rice. You can get yourself a bottle of
Shito,
shito.
You
and
haven't
then fry
boiled
an
rice
egg.
that has
You don't
become
need to
rice
boil an
water
egg. You just
before.
boil an egg. You just boil an egg. You put it's healthier.
Boil
You
an
put
egg
water,
or
the
fry
egg
an
in the water,
egg.
boil it.
Or
Then-
something. You can have a full meal. So anyway, so yes, Mary, please add something. The yellow.
I'm
We won't
going
do the
to
green
add
today.
your proclivities.
Okay.
for
That
last
way.
week.
Make his favorite word.
I tell you.
Maybe the person is workaholic.
Ash.
Yeah, you are friends and you see that he's spending all his time working. Oh, I'm trying to work for the future of mine. Whatever. And you don't see any stopping, any tempering, nothing. It's just on and on. It's a people's pleaser. It can be dangerous, or it has to be attended to. Somebody who is controlling. Maybe not through no fault of his. Probably he was the firstborn in the
He's
house,
always
was
been in
given a
charge.
lot of, yes, they are used to being in charge. Firstborn children can be very controlling sometimes because,
second period.
yes, they are second parents. They end up sometimes becoming second parents to their, so they are so controlling and they can really, take it any and everywhere because it becomes your habit or a character.
Actually,
And-
see that as a lot more of a red flag. The controlling.
Yeah,
I
the
think Marie
controlling.
mentioned.
So you
Yes,
see,
but
so there are two
it's
different
in the
levels.
yellow,
There are
yes.
those
It
who
can
are
be
very
yellow.
controlling. That's the red.
Yes.
Right.
And there are those who maybe
Are
shows
showing the
up and
tendencies
yes,
on a
their own is
consistent
their
basis.
their controlling is not the dominance kind.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more of making sure things run,
Right.
Yes.
and then they want to run it from their perspective because they've always been in charge.
Yeah.
When something goes wrong in the family and they leave everybody in the house, the oldest they come and say, "How can you guys have messed?" They don't charge everybody, they charge their own. So
Yeah.
they grow up with that kind of mindset, whether they are
they-
female or they are male, they grow up with that
That's true.
mindset. So they want to be the schoolmaster or schoolmistress of the home, want
Right.
everything.
Right.
So this controlling is a mother one.
Than
Yeah.
the first
The
one.
other
Yeah.
So the first one there is a
There's-
no. That one
you
is
don't have a say.
that one's a
about.
red,
That one
yes.
is
It's-
yes,
yes.
but this one is you see the tendencies there
right.
because we are talking about things that can be changed.
Change,
Uh-huh. If it doesn't change, then it gets into red.
Mm.
But there's some things. So when you see that tendency and you want to do something about it, or you bring it to the fore, and the person doesn't do anything about it or doesn't want to change, then you know that hey, this one
This
I can't
is
take it.
trouble.
Yes. So because it goes a long way to impact the relationship, you know. And again, I mean, the family background is so crucial, and it runs through all red, yellow, and green. The family, once again, you have to see how you can deal with the family, because if the family they are not the type that you can work with, you know, especially when you have a family who are so entangled and how do you call it? They have all these issues, nosing into everybody's business. You know, they are into each other's business and all that. Sometimes it becomes difficult. So
Sometimes even the history of broken homes.
and all that.
or A lot of
Then
violence
let
at
me
home.
add the health and genetics. This
Yeah,
is where we
yeah.
have the genetic issues
yeah.
because we can work on. Some people can decide to we'll marry and not have children when it comes to those critical
Yeah,
genetic
the
issues.
genetic issue,
Others
that's-
too can decide for this reason then let's part.
Yeah.
So
So
that
here you're talking about blood group.
It was
Blood
yes,
blood
it was
types.
one of the- it was one of the-
Genotypes.
it was one of the things I'd
Yes,
written
the
down,
yellow, yeah, it's
down
very, very-
about the sickling
Sickling
issues and
exactly,
all.
exactly.
Yesterday
and
we were
that's very
discussing
important.
this thing. It's very important.
because people overlook it because of love.
And they go back and
so
pay
you see, that's
dearly.
why the friendship should be progressive. There are things you start asking as you progress.
Sometimes you don't even ask
Sometimes
you, it
the-
comes up.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes
if you are open,
I even
communicating.
realize some people even don't know.
Yes.
Exactly.
They
So
don't
exactly.
even know their
Sickling
status,
status,
and all that.
whether
And they just
their
fall in
rhesus
love
status,
and
whether
all
they're
that. That
positive
is
or
the reason
negative.
why if you are privy to a premarital counseling
They'll take
session,
handle.
it will come up.
But
Yes.
you see,
But
that's my point. My
at
point
that
is
point,
that
it's a
sometimes
big
you're already in
range.
love.
Yeah.
It's so
Look, I
difficult.
watched a movie
Yeah.
when I was
It
growing
is
up, very young
difficult.
teenager. It was titled "Love Is Not Enough." It was a Nigerian movie. They were in love. Then the lady had a sickling sister. Sister had a sickle cell
Yeah.
disease, and they were madly in love. And then her sister had crisis, and so the night before the marriage, told the guy I can't marry her anymore. And so the title of the movie was "Love Is Not Enough." You see, when you fall in, you can even fall in love with the devil. It's difficult to come out. So sometimes to prevent that, these are why we are doing these things. Start knowing your status
Uh-huh.
now,
Because
if you
the-
don't
the-
know, then
the-
the
but the
conversation
critical-
should fit up.
Yes.
I tell people that ask questions like, "How many children do you want to have?" Those things don't ask even when you are courting. Ask in friendships.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think is a good home? It's the level 6, level 7 of friendship.
Yeah,
Don't ask the
Mickey,
questions
I
only
think-
in courtship, because then if you do, at that courtship stage, you're already
You are-
drawn.
yeah.
You're already drawn in.
Closer.
Exactly.
And it's the reality. No matter what you're saying, it's the reality that people don't know their status.
Yeah.
And
So
they
we-
find out in relationships or during counseling session.
Yes.
It's up to them to take that decision.
But
so
you see-
so
yes,
listen.
I
so
hear you.
so
Yes.
we are doing these
Yes,
things
yes.
or these kind of talks come up so that people become aware. So we are creating awareness.
Yeah,
That
and
is
people must
something
take
that
the
you have to be
initiative.
yes, take initiative
Go
to
to
know.
the hospital.
Because a
check
lot
your
of people
sickling
don't know that
status.
there's even something like that exists. Because when we
Yes.
go to school, you'll be
Yes.
surprised. I was once counseling a group of doctors because one of their ladies was married and they had their how do you call it? Now they call it bridal shower, like a Spencer night
Yeah.
or something like that, a bachelorette or whatever. And then as I was talking to them, they were like, "Hey," and they were asking a lot of questions. I said, "But don't you learn this in school?" He said, "No." They were like, "No, we don't learn these things. So what we learn is different." So you will assume that this is a doctor. He should know things about marriage, your body, and all that. I'm not even talking about the issue of blood groups, but I'm talking about sometimes we think that we assume that people have gone to school, so they should know. But then when we go to school, they don't teach us about sickling and all those things.
Education and schooling.
Yes. So you might be lucky if you are in a group that organizes these things and you get to know that, there's something like that and I have to know about it. So we are sitting here talking. The essence of sitting here to talk is to create that kind of awareness. So people out there don't know, is that so? Then I have to check. I have to know. But we don't get to that it has to be doing that. They will hear this and work with it. That now I'm in this situation, so I have to. I'm single. I don't even have a partner in my friendship. How do I told you earlier that some people don't even know how to ask questions or find out things about their friends because they'll tell you, so do I do it like an interview? So what is this or what? But anyway, it can come.
We have to go to the yes. We have to go
so
to
we
the
really need to.
Yes. So we are on course. Applaudissez. All right. Let's start from Sweet Owu-Agyiri. Yes, Sweet Owu-Agyiri are regular.
Don't mind him.
Sweet Owu-Agyiri of Afenya Matayako says, so beautiful, Papa Mamiki. On the mic, you see a mercy on my head. God bless you with many happy years yet. Thank you. Good morning, Farm Life. Thank you for your labor of love. God bless you all. Thanks. Thank you, Sweet Owu-Agyiri, for always being with us and for your kind words to us. We need God's continuous grace and mercy because truly we also work in progress. But why we share is to help all of us to learn and be encouraged and to keep moving. Kwame says, why do some people find it difficult to say, 1, thank you, and 2, I'm sorry, and 3, she only calls or checks on you when she needs financial assistance? Could this be a red flag? Please take notes so that the ones that we need to respond, please write it down. So I'm going to read as many as possible, then you respond. So Kwame is asking whether she doesn't say thank you, she doesn't say I'm sorry. Is it a red flag? She only calls when she needs assistance. He's asking, could it be a red flag? So that's from Kwame. Then Eko says, interesting discussion. For me, my first red flag is someone who drinks alcohol or is involved in drugs, followed by the other things you have mentioned. Thanks for the discussion. You know why I bought my laptop today? I actually do a training or a seminar on red, yellow, green flags. That's why I bought it. Drugs, especially being secretive, you don't know what kind of job they do. So we are not doing all three. We said we're going to have
but
two
that's
parts.
a very important
We
point.
said we're going to do 2 parts. So the second part will do some more reds, some more yellows, and then we'll now focus in on the green. So today we won't touch the green at all. So Becky from Teshi says, good morning, Farm Life team. What an amazing topic and timely. My question is about emotional abuse and manipulation. So please take notes so you have to respond. How do we stand on our grounds and say no and mean it? So Becky from Teshi, please take note. I am not seeing you guys write you because I'm reading plenty things. They say the faintest ink is better than the sharpest memory. Macmillan from Tesano says, how long should that friendship stage last? Like a maximum time length before it becomes official. That's from Maximilian from Tesano. Then George Maxson from Michelle Camp says, good morning, Farm Life. My late polygamous father warned us sons never to marry from a particular geographical location or tribe, because one of his wives, I know her, did many grievous and devilish things that brought him to his knees financially, materially, and spiritually, etc., etc. By whatever means, I found myself in a relationship with a lady from this supposedly forbidden location.
Fixation.
I have not yet introduced her for fear of rejection by my uncles and aunties who were witnesses to my father's marital life. What should I do? Please write down that's George Mackinson from Michelle Camp. All right. Then Justice from Mataheko says, good morning, Farm Life. I wanted to get your opinion on something. I've noticed that the lady I'm in a relationship with talks very easily about other people, friends, families, their marriages, and even extended family matters. She seems to know a lot about people. However, she rarely talks about her own family and background. When she does, it's always with a lot of respect, and I've never heard any animosity. Another thing I've noticed is that she'll sometimes mute a call with me to talk to a friend at the office or a brother at home. My question is, should I be concerned when someone is so open about others but very private about their own family? What color of flag is that? I really value your thoughts. Thank you.
Yellow.
Today the questions are plenty, so you write. Then Didi from North K says, hello Farm Life, good morning. I am currently at the stage of selecting a life partner. One thing that bothers me is how would this person get along with my mother? However, my mom is elderly and may not live much longer, and she likely won't live with us. Am I wrong to consider her in my choice of a partner? What percentage of weight should I give to this factor? That's Didi from North K.
I didn't get Didi's point.
He
What
says
is-
that
what's the concern?
he wants to, he's concerned that his choice may not be accepted by his mother. But he's saying that the mother may not be living with them when he gets married. And then also, because she's an aged person, she may pass on soon. So, what weight must he attach to the choice? Because he's not
Okay.
choosing yet. But his
Alright.
concern is that maybe if I choose, the one I'm going to choose may not be likable. So maybe he knows the kind of people that his mom
Okay.
may like or not like. Perhaps
Okay.
maybe if the location issue, like the particular tribe issue, like the guy mentioned earlier, may all be featured.
Right.
So he's asking her what weight must it be 20%, must it be 50%, must it be 70% of whatever his decision is.
Right.
So that's for you, the jurors. Ronnie from Mambrobli says that good morning, Farm Life. I'm glad to be here today and excited because for the second time, I'm not just listening, but with my wife. Although I am at work and she's at home with our boys, this is an answered prayer. Thank you guys for all your sacrifices. They are working. Thank you, Ronnie. We do it together. And thank you for listening. So that's a statement. Matthew Ziga says, good morning, Farm Life. Please wish my wife, Margaret Ziga of Mataheko Afienya, a happy birthday from the husband, Matthew Ziga, and the entire family. May God continue to bless her with good health, long life, and breakthrough in all aspects of her life. We say amen to that. That's from Matthew to, what's the lady's name? Margaret Ziga. Yes. So from Matthew Ziga to Margaret Ziga, wishing you a blessed, happy birthday. Good morning, Farm Life. Help me send this message to my lovely husband as we celebrate our 5th wedding anniversary. To my lovely husband, Shiva Akolo. Have I pronounced it right?
Yeah, Akolo.
Thank you for being my strength, my peace, and my greatest blessing. Your love, support, and sacrifices for our family never go unnoticed. Every day, I thank God for giving me a husband with such a kind heart. No matter, bye-bye.
No matter what life brings our way, I want you to know that I believe in you, I appreciate you, and will always stand by your side. May God continue to bless you with good health, wisdom, favor, and endless joy. I love you today, tomorrow, and always. Thank you for being the amazing man that you are. From your sweet pumpkin, Esenam.
Awesome. Hello, Papa Mickey, Papa Sil, Lady J, and Mrs. Sackey. I'm learning a lot. God bless you for always making time to educate
Sweet
and
Angela.
inspire.
Angelique.
Thanks from
Sweet
Sweet Angelique of Matego.
Thank you
Thank
for
you, Sweet
always
I think she
being
wins
with
the
us.
biggest fan of
I
the
tell
year
you,
award.
Sweet Angelique, I think I'll give you a copy of
Yes.
my bishop's book, Becoming an Achiever in the Workplace. So, Sweet Angelique, if you can make time to come to channel, the front page of Channel 1 TV, the front office, please come and pick a copy of Becoming an Achiever in the Marketplace by Fisher Dodonko. I'll leave it with them for you because you are our number one cheerleader, encourager, and also you contribute meaningfully. So we are grateful. So today I'll leave a copy of Becoming an Achiever in the Marketplace with the front desk as Channel 1 TV. Come and pick it and you will be blessed greatly by Fisher Dodonko. All right. So Daniel inside Adenta says about bringing up exes. I'm widowed. Sometimes when I share an experience about an issue, my late wife comes up in the story because that's where the experience happened.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm trying to talk about her. No, so that's different.
That's different, actually.
A widow, she's gone.
That's not an ex.
That's not
That's
an ex.
That's
An ex is like you are the person
An
is
ex
alive
is
and
you had a relationship
yes,
and
with
the
somebody and
person
didn't marry
is-
the
is-
person.
is-
Yes,
yes.
that's
So
that's
the
not
person is
same.
hanging around,
Yes.
but you are not together.
Yes.
That's
But
an
let's
ex.
let's finish his
So-
message.
Yes.
It's not that I'm trying to talk about her. It's just that the experience I have is tied to her.
Yeah.
I don't do it to hold on to the past, but I've noticed I hold back sometimes because I worry my beloved might feel like I haven't moved on from her death, and that is true to a
Yeah,
certain
that's
point
true.
too. If you always bring it up, so you have to also unlearn.
Yeah.
You get me?
He
Because
needs closure with
Yes,
that
yes.
so that he can move on.
is there something
There's
my
something
beloved and
beloved
I should be
and I
concerned
should be
about?
concerned about.
Yes, it's managing the dynamics. Okay,
Yeah.
so please now the questions. Please start
Is that the
responding. Who will
last
start?
one?
Okay,
That's the
I'll
last
start with the.
So
I
please
think-
be as brief but yet as detailed as possible.
Okay.
Yes, so
Why
we can, because
people-
our time is almost up.
Why
so-
people find it difficult to say sorry, thank you, da da da.
Okay.
So a lot of things, about 8 things, can be the reason.
Okay.
So childhood experiences, personality traits, culture or gender norms, difficult with gratitude. People don't know how to say thank you in their own mindset. Low emotional intelligence,
Okay.
defensiveness,
Okay.
and then we can look at fear of being rejected or
Okay.
being judged,
Okay.
and then almighty pride and ego.
Okay.
Any of these or a combination could be the reason why. Even self-esteem
Okay.
could be a reason why the person struggled to
Great.
say sorry.
His second
or-
question that should it be a red flag? He says she
That's
doesn't say
it.
sorry or thank you and
And
only
only
calls
calls
when
when
she
she
needs
needs
something.
That is the
Then
critical
I'll-
So,
part.
I'll
so
put
he's
it-
asking that is that possibly a red,
red
flag,
flag.
or should he just treat it as yellow?
So
But
then
I
the
will
consider
second,
it
the
yellow.
ending,
Okay,
the,
okay,
the
what-
ending part
what-
will
yes.
push me to say red,
Okay.
where he calls only when he has a need.
Okay.
Should it be just not saying sorry or thank you? I'll put it at yellow.
Okay.
But the ending part,
Right,
for
yes.
me, I'll
Okay.
put it at
Yes,
red.
Papa, still
Yeah,
how
so
about
if
you?
it's a combination of the three,
Yeah.
it's a red flag. But it depends on whether they've ever talked about it.
Okay.
Because it's something that needs to be taken by take the bull by the horns. You know, in a relationship, you shouldn't just be in there and be asking for financial assistance.
Okay.
And to a large extent, I encourage people to desist from that,
To make that
because it sends the wrong signals.
Exactly.
You are not there for the benefits or the goods only.
Yes.
Once in a while, you're in a difficult position, you need help. Yes, your partner can come in and help. But ask yourself, before this person came into your life, where
Okay,
else were
okay.
you getting help?
Exactly.
So look for help elsewhere as and when necessary. Once in a long while, yes. But if it's consistent and persistent, it needs to be dealt
So you
with.
consider it persistent and consistent if they are
If
not
it's
discussed
persistent
as
and
a red
consistent,
flag.
it's a red flag.
Mary, how about you?
Oh,
Red, yellow,
I think
or
it's,
green?
It's yellow and red. I would also say the end where it doesn't check up.
Exactly.
I
Now
would
the
say
other
red.
ones,
But
please.
The other
sorry
one,
is
man-
yellow.
Okay.
Managing emotional abuse and then manipulations.
Yes.
So we all have our thresholds. So how far can you handle it? If it's having a toll on your well-being, your daily functioning, you have to look at it. Then I'll put it at red flag.
Okay. So for what she's asking is one, maybe the approach, what can she do to handle it? And then two, what safeguards must she have? Must it be like I say, if it's a red flag, then that means that she could walk away of that, or must she engage on it? So can you, anybody of one of you take us quickly on it?
Consistent criticisms, and then you tell the person that when you say it this way, I am not happy. Always we open up for the open conversation, so that for all you know, the other person is not aware. So you draw the attention of the person, and the person, how they approach, how the person receives it. Is it as a feedback, or he takes it as an attack?
So she
Then-
says that it's what the question of emotional abuse and manipulation. How do we stand our grounds and say no a minute? So it's like the person finds a way of always softening. So maybe do it after I say sorry, and then you find a way of you say I'll not again. Then you go back on it. So she's saying how can we stand our grounds and say no a minute? How does that have to happen? Anybody else want somebody else quickly?
What I would add to that emotional abuse and manipulation say that red flag plus no repentance is equal to stop
Okay.
and reevaluate.
Okay.
it's equal to stop and reevaluate.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to move on, because they said love does not cover dangers.
It exposes them.
Yes, it doesn't. If there's danger, love will not make up for that.
Yeah.
Love will not be enough to make up for the danger of death.
Yeah.
Of love cannot make up. If they are killing you, you will die.
Yeah.
Love will not save you. So you have to pause, reflect, and then see whether you can stand it or there can be a change. There must be repentance. The key word with the red flags is that if the person is doing it, you bring it to the person's attention and the person repents, then you can go on. But if the person doesn't repent, walk away and save your life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Agree.
Those in marriages
see,
already.
So please keep the messages.
Let me just take this last
because
one.
our time is up. So then do it
30
in 30
seconds.
seconds. Yes.
Marrying from a particular tribe or not, the answer is it's not about the tribe, it's about the person.
Okay.
So this man was in a polygamous relationship. One of the wives was problematic. He hasn't given us the full context. She may have come in, she may have been the first wife, and then you brought in all the rivals, and she decided to create hell for you. So there are many dimensions to it, but there's no tribe that is evil. Let's get that very clear. It's about the person's character, the person's upbringing, the nature of the person, and all of that. So I think his struggle is the fact that his father gave him this counsel, and unfortunately he's found himself in a relationship with somebody. He can prove that whole concept wrong. I have a friend who had that experience. They asked him not to marry from a particular tribe. He engaged. They have a very beautiful marriage today. So engage with the uncles, let them understand, let them meet this lady you have met and see. Over time, they may grow to love her. So don't give up. It's just going to be an uphill task, and be ready for it.
Awesome. All right.
There's
So
that-
everything.
there's that thing
No, please.
about-
Anything else we'll continue next week because we have to wrap it up.
No, but
yes.
this is a short one.
No,
You wanted
next
to-
week,
okay.
next week.
All right.
So the
Right.
Teens U edition of the Leadership Farm starts from tomorrow. I hope there's still some vacancies, so you can call 059-804-3003, and then or go online and say ask a leadership at leadafrique.org, but call 059-804-3003, and then you can maybe give me a chance if there's space, because I've not reached out yet to know. It's happening from tomorrow at the Christian High School from 26th July to 1st August. For the age group is from 6 years to 19 years, and it's a teen edition. So they're looking at money, business, and finance. And it's the Leadership Farm Summer Camp run by Leadership and their leadership, leader fake, what do you call it? Team. So you can get connected. Now I want to talk to you about something that's been going on, and I spoke about it last week, and that is called the Vibe Room. The Vibe Room. The Vibe Room. I want it to stay in your head. So let me start again. The Vibe Room. The Vibe Room. The Vibe Room. The Vibe Room is here. Your Saturdays just got better. That's after Farm Life, of course. Join us from 12 p.m. That's 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. for the Vibe Room, where real conversations meet great music and unforgettable vibes. From trending youth issues and thought-provoking discussions with exciting guests to interactive polls, WhatsApp voice notes, and visual vibe music review, there's something for everyone. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. The Vibe Room. Real talk, real life, real vibes. Tune in, join the conversation, and be part of the vibe. So the vibe will be happening again. The Vibe Room will be happening again this afternoon from 12 noon. So stay connected on City 97.3 FM, and you'll be the better for it. I want to give external condolences from Mobile 84 to the Jangmes again, as they buried their dad yesterday, Professor Jerome Seun Jangma, and we say that we are with you, Oko, Ado, Teria, and Suma. May the Lord continue to sustain you. And then also a big shout out and condolence and support to Francis Elijah Aliu Mensah, who is also laying his mom to rest. Justina Capus, may the Lord sustain you and the family at such a time as this. Our hearts and our minds and our thoughts and our prayers are out there with you. I'm done. Anybody has any shout out quickly, then I'll do my credits and then we're out of here.
Yeah, so happy birthday to my last baby, Ella Gloria Segbaya.
Oh,
she's
lovely.
growing. She's growing fast. May the Lord bless and keep you. May you become a shining example to your generation.
Amen.
And then condolences to the Abutiate family. Today, the pharmacy fraternity is laying to rest. And we'll call him a legend.
Okay.
Mr. Harrison Abutiate,
Okay.
CEO of the Paracelsus Pharmacy.
Okay.
He's been a big man in many spaces, including marketing. I think at the point he was the president of the Chartered Marketers Association of Ghana.
Oh, okay.
They're having his funeral this morning.
Okay.
So our condolences to the family. He's going to be missed. He's been a very exemplary man, and we wish the family God's peace and may his soul rest in peace.
Awesome. All right. If anybody in that has nothing, then please thank you very much for your time. I've been in the studio with our fair lady, Lady Justina Owu-Agyiri, who is a counseling psychologist with the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission Hospital and Medics Clinic. Mr. Sylvester Segbaya, who is a public health practitioner, pharmacist, counselor, dad, husband, and many other wonderful, significant things. And then Lady Mary Rose Sackey, who is a counselor, entrepreneur, wife, mother, and many other wonderful things.
Soon to be grandma.
Yes, soon to be grandma. It's you. And I want to give a big shout out to Jay. I can't mention their names today because I don't have the permission. I didn't ask. But today is the wedding of Jay and Jay. Both the man is Jay, the woman's name starts with Jay. So may the Lord grant you a wonderful marriage today as it coincides with our wedding anniversary as well. May the Lord sustain your marriage and bless you. We'll be there at 1 p.m. today where you know the venue is. And may the Lord grant you grace, great grace. So I've been this. My name is Michael Mensah. We have been able to produced by Daniel Squashy, who's also offered technical support to us. And then we've had somebody else come in to also support. Please, your name is Renis. Okay, and then Renis has also come in and he's also been supporting us. So thank you very much. Please stay tuned for the big issues up next week. And we are grateful for your time. You have a wonderful weekend. And please stay tuned because I think getting to the end of August, the bazaar is coming off again at Efua Sutherland Park. And that is something that you can connect the made in Ghana products and things that they sell. The Northern Fair is on today and tomorrow. So please stay tuned for the big issue which is up next. We thank you. My name is Michael Mensah and we are out of your space.